Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. If you've not been here before, a massive warm welcome to you, and if you have, welcome back. I really do appreciate your support. So just to let you know, you might hear bleeping throughout this video. I'm hoping you can't hear it as badly as I can. My smoke alarm is going off constantly. I have asked someone to come out and take a look at it. I have asked someone to come out and take a look at it, so I am currently waiting for an electrician, but they're telling me that it could be 24 hours before somebody even gets here. So I wanted to film this video because it's already going up late as it is. If it's obviously too much, then I won't film it and I'll refilm it when my smoke alarm's fixed. But I just want to see what it sounds like. I mean, I've closed all the doors, so it shouldn't be too bad, but like, to me it's just this annoying bleeping. It's really, I won't swear, but it's really cheesing me off. Anyway, first of all, I would like to talk to you about last week's Shop My Stash inventory that I did. I basically got a spreadsheet. If you haven't seen last week's video, I will leave it in the cards here. And what I've been doing is I've put in every single item of my makeup collection, and there is a lot, guys, and then choosing 5 items and putting them along with my Shop My Stash items. I go through the inventory first, just so I know what I can pick for the Shop My Stash, because obviously I don't want to double up on things. So let's talk about the products that I used last week. So this is a staple. I really love this foundation, and it's the PS My Perfect Colour Longwear Ultimate Matte Foundation, double coverage matte finish. Got this from Primark. It's from their PS Beauty line. It's a really good foundation, guys. It's like £5 and it's a dupe for the SD Double Wear, which is what, in the 30s to buy. It's 30 something pounds. I'll get the price of the Estee Lauder one and put it here somewhere. But my shade is porcelain, so it's the lightest one you can get, and it matches me really well. So I'm wearing this today. So yeah, I really like that foundation. And also the randomizer that pulled these products out for me also pulled these this product. I really love this. I didn't wear this at all in the summer, so I'm glad that it pulled it out for me. It's not the type of, it's not like, I shouldn't really be wearing this in autumn, winter, but it pulled it out for me, so I was able to get some more use out of it. And I forgot just how pigmented it was. I ended up with quite a bit of blusher on here. So yeah, it's really pigmented. It's really beautiful. Still got that lovely peach smell. So that's what it looks like. So stunning. I love this blush, and as you can see, I have used it quite a bit. But yeah, that's really nice. I enjoyed every single product that Pretty Random pulled for me, apart from one. I mean, it wasn't a bad product. I'm still keeping it in my makeup collection, but I'll tell you more about it when we actually get to it. I'm jumping ahead of myself as always. The next thing is this Revolution Pro HD powder contour. I absolutely love this. I forgot how much I actually do enjoy using it, because normally I use my Revolution and Imagination one, and I love that as well. But this, guys, I really enjoyed using it. I've used it all week, so you can see obviously I was already kind of getting to the pan on this one, but it's happening now on this one. I've been mixing the 2 shades, and then to kind of sculpt my contour I use this shade here, and it's the same thing there. We're getting down to the pan on it, even though I've not hit any pan. It wouldn't be too long if I use this on the daily until I was actually hitting pan on it. It's going to go back in the collection like all these products are, and I'll continue to use them, like continue to rotate. Then we've got 2 lipsticks. So we've got this Wet n Wild, which one is this? Wine Room. I love these lipsticks. I know there's huge controversy around Wet n Wild products, but I really do like it, and it's in the shade Wine Room, like I've just said. And that is it. It's just really beautiful. It's not like a satin, it's like a matte. It lasts for ages on the lips. Really like it, and I think that's why I like it so much, because you don't have to keep topping up. And then we've got this one. So this is the PS Beauty, what's this one called? Velvet Matte Lipstick Crayon. And I do like these lipstick crayons. I was using one in the summer called Nude Beach, but this one, I'm just not too sure of the colour on me. This one is light brown. So that's that. Like I say, I'm going to keep it in the collection for now. This one was that product out of all the 5 products that I didn't really get on well with, even though I used it 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 days. I made sure my thoughts were the same, and every time I wore it, I'm like, do I really want to keep that in the collection? I'm going to keep it in the collection for now, and then just obviously when I rotate through my lipstick crayons, just try and use it a little bit more and see how I truly feel about it. But yeah, that's everything that we pulled for last week's Shop My Stash from my makeup inventory. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do this week's Shop My Stash makeup inventory, and then we'll go over to our weekly Shop My Stash, and I'll show you what's in the drawer. Obviously I'm not going to talk too much about what's in my everyday makeup drawer, because I did that in my Shop My Stash review, which I'll leave here somewhere or at the end of the video. But yeah, I don't want to be going, like, I don't want to be making this video 40-50 minutes long, just because that's how they always seem to be with me. So I'll talk about the items a little bit, and then we'll just move over to my makeup collection and do my weekly makeup stash. Sorry, we'll pull from my makeup collection is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, let's leave this here because this is 7 minutes long and I still need to do the inventory. Right, so this is what my spreadsheet looks like. If you're wondering where I did my spreadsheet, it's called Simple Spreadsheets, and if you have Apple, you can get it through there. I'm sure you can also if you're on Android. So yeah, it's basically got every single piece of my makeup in there. So let's see how many items we've got. I can't remember how many items we had, just so I can actually put it into the randomizer. There's a lot here, guys, so it might take me a minute. Right, so it's 711 items, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, this is the way I can use my makeup as well as doing my Shop My Stash and using it that way. So we're doing 5 items like we did last week. So I'm just going to go right up to the top of this. So then this is the Pretty Random app. So what I normally do is put minimum 1, 2, 711 I think it was, wasn't it? So it's come up with 49, but I'm going to choose a different number just to make it right. So that's 201. Can you see that? So let's see what 201 is. That's Twitter. Right, 201. 17 Wild Metallics Wild Green eyeshadow. I've not used that in a hot minute. I can get that right this minute without actually going off camera. Is it in there? No, it's not in that one. I think it's in this top one. Yeah, it's in this top one. So which one is it? I've not used this in so long, so it will give me the opportunity to actually see if it's still good to use, and if not, then I can just declutter it. So that's one of the items for this week. Right, so then we'll hit the randomise button again, see which is the second item. 334. Nearly there. Catrice Cosmetics Glamazing eyeshadow palette. Guys, I got this back in February. I have never ever used it. I got it for my birthday off my brother and sister-in-law. They gave me some money for my birthday, and I was in TK Maxx, and I got that, and I also got the highlighters. So let me just go and get it. Right, so this is what it looks like. It's the Catrice Glamazing 18 Glamorous Neutral Colour Baked Eyeshadow Palette. And like I said earlier, I've just never ever used this, just because I have got so many eyeshadow palettes in my collection. And that's what it looks like. It really is a beautiful eyeshadow palette, but the thing is, I wasn't going to pull any eyeshadow palettes at all this week, so this is the only one I'm going to be pulling, just because I've got my Too Faced Chocolate Gold, and I've only used it once, which is to create this look here. And then I've also got that Essence one, which I haven't used yet, and I want to do a get ready with me using that. And now I've got this one, so I've got 3 eyeshadow palettes, and there is no way I can use 3 eyeshadow palettes in a week. Maybe just use, but like all 3 a couple of times. Maybe I can do it that way. But yeah, that's the 2 items so far we've pulled. Right, so get the phone again. So now we're clicking on randomise again. That's 660. Glad we're moving away from the eyeshadow palettes. So windy outside today as well. The weather in the UK is just mad. Oh my gosh, I'm already using it. The Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil But First Espresso. So considering I'm already using it and I use it in every single Shop My Stash, I don't think it would be fair to like use it in as part of my inventory. So I'm going to discount that one and like do a different one, see what comes up. 482. Right, so now we've got the PS Beauty Bronze Lips Gloss Metals lipstick. Right, so here is that one. So that's what it looks like. It's kind of a rose gold, like metal lip gloss, well, lipstick. So that's that one there. So that is the 3rd item. So we've got 2 more to do now. So again, we'll get the randomizer going. So £276. Better not be another eyeshadow palette, otherwise I'll just have to like do it again, because I don't want any more eyeshadow palettes. And it's the Revolution Golden Bar. Guys, I know I'm supposed to go off this sheet, but I have got too many eyeshadow palettes for my Shop My Stash, so I'm not going to be using it. I'm going to randomise it again. If I hadn't have pulled that Catrice one, I would have used that, because that's on my list to use. I want to get through all the Makeup Revolution chocolate bars. So now we're looking at number 79. Which is highlighter Topshop Crescent Moon, which I'll go and so I'm actually pretty glad it's pulled this highlighter. Even though I've used it recently, I'm still umming and ahhing about whether I want to keep it in my makeup collection. I'm just not sure about it. I mean, it is a pretty highlighter. It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, it's kind of like a golden highlighter but with a pink shift. Let me just show you somewhere. I'll do a couple of swatches so it might actually, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just there. And it's one of those highlighters that are really pigmented, and you can see from a long way away. It's in Crescent Moon. If I don't like this after I've used it for this week's Shop My Stash, then I'm probably going to end up decluttering it, just because I have got quite a few highlighters now in my collection and I don't need to keep ones in there that I just don't like, because they just won't get used. So that is item number 4. So last item, so we're going to randomise it again. 427. I wish that alarm would stop going off. Got a feeling I'm gonna have to do this video again. 427. Right, so it's a lipstick. It's one of my favourites actually. It's the Chanel Rouge Allure in the shade Passion, which I'll show you now. I've had a look and it's actually already in my lipstick edit for this month. So because it's in my lipstick edit for this month, I think I'm going to have another go on the randomizer, because it was already part of my Shop My Stash lipstick edit. I've not used it yet, but this is the shade. I've not used it yet this month, but this is the shade. It's just a beautiful blue toned red. Where can I put this? I mean, that's it there. Like I said, it is one of the favourites, but I almost feel like it'd be cheating if I just used this when it was already in my lipstick edit anyway. So let's put that back there. And then we'll do it one last time, and hopefully it will give me something that I'm not in the middle of using. So randomise 628. MAC Soft and Gentle. Oh my gosh, I'm actually using this in a project pan and I've not used it for a while, and to be honest, I think it's just had its day. I've had it quite a long time, so in a way I'm glad that it's basically asking me to use that, just to basically get some more use out of it. And I don't know why I'm saying basically, so just ignore that. But yeah, just getting some more use out of it would be good. I will, I think, at some point declutter it, probably next year at some point, just because I have had it a while. I'll show you what it looks like. The electrician's been, so the bleeping should stop, just as we're getting into my, shopping for my weekly Shop My Stash. So before I want to do that, I lost some footage, and it was about this mineralised MAC Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. So I was just saying that I'll show you what that looks like. I don't know why the footage got lost, but that's been happening on some of my videos lately. Some of the footage has been lost. So that's what it looks like. This one is the older packaging, so it is quite old. It's actually in my project pan. So I do need to use this up, and I'm glad the the Pretty Random actually pulled it out for me so I can actually see what it looks like on the skin. And if I don't really like it, then I think I'll declutter it probably after Christmas in January. That's what it looks like. It really is a pretty highlight. It's like a pink toned highlight, really nice for fair skin. So it's just that one there. So yeah, we'll be using this week along with the Topshop Crescent Moon highlighter. So we have a couple of highlighters already. I might just pull a face palette instead of like individual things, but I haven't really decided on that yet. So let's go over to my everyday makeup drawer now, as this video is already long as it is, just talking about the inventory roulette. So yeah, let's take you over there. So as always, let's go into my little eyeshadow box. So I had a little bit of a disaster with this PS Beauty chocolate eyeshadow palette this week. Luckily it wasn't really one of my favourite shades, but as you can see, most of the like highlighter shade has come out. I don't know what happened there, but it was in like the bottom of my makeup bag, and maybe it just got squashed and is very delicate and got a little bit mushed. So yeah, the other two eyeshadows are fine, but yeah, I have been using that. That always stays in anyway. This one, this G'day Sydney, still not used it. I need to get a mascara and then I can do the get ready with me video that I'm planning on doing. So yeah, that's going to stay in another week. This is also going to stay in another week. So it's the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Bar. Absolutely love this palette, guys. I've shown this so much. The only eyeshadows I've used today are this one here. So this one is what? Rolling in Dough. Then I've used So Bougie, Cocoa Truffle, and then I used Moneybags there. I've not used any of the other eyeshadows, so I want to keep it in for another week to have a bit of a play with that. Then we've got this Revolution and Carmi Kiss of Fire. I've actually done a least favourite to favourite eyeshadow palette from the collabs, so that will be going up soon. And this is the first one that they did together. They have since brought another one out, just like Tammy Clark has. I've not got any of them, and I don't think I will be buying any of them, just because they don't really speak to me. But this one I really liked. So that's what it looks like. Really beautiful. This one can now go back in my makeup collection. So then we've got this Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette. I've showed you that I've recently hit pan on one of the... I can't get into it though. Quite a lot of use out of this, and I've really hit like baby pan here on the Champagne Pop highlighter. For so long I used to use this by itself, and that's why I've hit pan on that one and not both of them, but recently I've started mixing both of the highlighters together. I can't use that by itself just because it's too golden. I've been using Rose Spritz and Pamplemousse together, and sometimes I'll just use the Rose Spritz on its own. I've not used the Amaretto blush, but yeah, this can go back. I have quite a lot of use out of it, so that can go back in the collection. What else do I have? I think that was it. I had some like makeup inventory items that I was using, like the Contour Revolution palette. That's gone back in the collection. We can talk about that when I go through my makeup for the things that I haven't actually shown you here. But I'll also leave my Shop My Stash review here or somewhere at the beginning of this video. We've got a couple of lipsticks here that I keep in. So these are my lipsticks that I'm using for my lipstick edit. So we've got Too Faced Melted Matte in Sellout, and then Too Faced Melted Matte in Queen Bee, and then NYX Lingerie in Exotic. I don't normally show lipsticks, but as they're there I thought I may as well. So we'll put them back there. Right, I'm not gonna focus too much attention on here because like I said, the video is already long. So this is all my Essence products. I put this one in, I went through my collection last night and I put this one in just because it's got, if I can get into it, it's got that matte ivory shade there, so I thought I could use that rather than using one from another eyeshadow palette, so I'll keep that in for that reason. So yeah, all this is my Essence items that I'll be using in that Get Ready With Me Essence video that I want to do. I didn't use this Revolution blush, so that can stay in. I use this quite a bit, but I do want to keep it in for another week. Really liked using this Hourglass blush. I don't know whether to put it back. No, I'm going to keep it in for another week. This Laura Geller highlighter can go back. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to put it back into the chopping block drawer and just keep trying to use it and seeing what my thoughts are on it. Didn't use this Max Factor nude mauve blush, so we'll keep that in. I don't think I'll be pulling any blushes either this week, guys. Got this Cargo bronzer. I'm going to keep it in the collection for now, but at some point I might be decluttering it because on some days it looked red toned and on others it didn't. It looked fine, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it yet. This is all Project Pan items. I use either one of these on the daily, so that's but first espresso, and that's why I couldn't really use this in my makeup inventory because I use it so much anyway. And then I use this when I'm not using but first espresso. It's just the Silky Nude eyeliner, and then all these are Project Pans. Then we've got mascaras, so this is going to go into the empties now. It's been in here. It should have gone into the empties last week. It's the Extra Sculpt Waterproof Mascara by Kiko. It's completely dried up. This one hasn't though, so I can use this for a little while longer. It's the False Lashes Concentrate Lengthening Top Coat Mascara. Really good, this, guys. Highly recommend it, and that's also by Kiko. I've been using this one first, the Urban Decay Perversion, and then I've gone in with that over the top, so they can both stay in. This one I'm trying to use up, so it's the NYX eyeshadow in Lace, I think it is. Yep, Lace. So that stays in. Still not used this yet. Urban Decay Solstice, so that will stay in, and so will all those products. I don't want to go through them all because I go through them all every single week. And then we've got like face products, so we need to talk about these very quickly. So I use this every day, so I don't need to talk about that too much. That will stay in. I think I'm going to keep this Bourjois City Radiance foundation in for another week because I didn't get any use out of it, so I think I'll keep that in. I'm currently trying to use this Prime Time Bare Minerals primer up. It's nearly done now, so that will stay in. This one is going to go back in the collection. Loved using it, but I'll pull another one like it out. So that's the PS Beauty Strobing Highlighter Cream in Pearl. Then we've got this. I'm going to keep it in, but there is literally hardly anything in. Can you see the window on it? So I need to pull another concealer, even though I've got this one. This one has only been pulled for the Essence video, so I'll pull a different concealer. This one here is the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow base. I'm going to keep that in until I've done that Get Ready With Me video, and also same with this Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup. That will stay in, and so will the primer, so them two will stay in. This one is going out, so it's the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, so I will pull the e.l.f. one that I've got. This one will go back into my powder collection as well. It's the Rimmel London Match Perfection Silky Loose Face Powder, so we'll choose a different one for this week. this one always stays in. It's the Body Shop Vitamin C Instant Glow Enhancer. And then that's everything that's staying in there. Still not used this Garnier Skin Active Hydro Bomb Tissue Mask. So that needs to be used. And so does these like under eye masks, and then also this Tea Tree Deep Cleansing Nose Pore Strip. Don't really have that much in here. I've got my e.l.f. shade adjusting drops that I use when my foundation's too dark, and then I've got this. So I think I spoke last week in the video that I thought I would be decluttering it, and I've decided to declutter it. I just don't like it. I thought that I might like the highlighter section of it, but I don't like it, so it's pointless me keeping hold of it. I do like the coral blush side, but you can't actually get a blusher brush into that. So yeah, I'm going to declutter that one. Just going to put the things back that I want to keep in, and then we can go over to my makeup drawers. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of blushes. I'm not going to need to pull any blushes. Probably just a bronzer. How many blushes? So we've got 3 blushes. Maybe I'll pull just one more. Or maybe I will pull like a face palette. Let's just go to the drawers and see what I want. But all this is going back, so let's head over to the drawer. I forgot to mention this. So this is the Pixie Skin Treats Glow Mist. Really don't like this. I've said it so much, and we're nearly actually done with it. I can't wait to be done with it, and then I can put another spray in this. I've got a really I've got one from Primark and I don't like the sprayer, so this one is a really good sprayer. That's the only good thing I can say about it. It has a really good sprayer on it, and I'll use it for like different sprays if I don't like the sprayer on them. So yeah, I'm going to use this up and then put the Primark one in it. But yeah, let's go and put all this away and go through my makeup collection. Let's start on the second drawer down. I don't need anything from here because they're all like masks. So second drawer down, I know for a fact I need a concealer. I've tried this a couple of times and I actually really like it. It's the Revolution Fast Base Concealer. It's in the shade C2 and it's a lightweight buildable coverage. It says to conceal dark circles and imperfections. So yeah, let's use that because I know I'm going to need it. That one that I'm using, it won't last a full week. I'm just wondering, I've got quite a radiant foundation that I'm going to be using, so I don't think I'll need anything like that because I don't want to look like greasy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this Spackle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer. Even though I've got like a primer, it's not going to last, I know it's not. So let's just pull that, and then I want to pull another strobing cream. So let's pull this Technique Strobe FX Creams Catching Greys. Does it tell me a shade? I really like this the last time I used it. No shade unless Catching Rays is the shade. And then that is it from this drawer. Foundations, I might just pull one more just in case. I know 3 is quite excessive, but the Essence one is only for that Essence video and any other Essence videos I make, because I do want to do 3 looks, 1 palette kind of video. So I'm going to pull this one. This is the PS Beauty My Perfect Colour Perfect Finish Foundation, which is medium to full coverage. So we'll pull that, and that's in porcelain as well. Let's put these down, because I always forget which one I need to be pulling next. That Wet n Wild one can go at the back. This one here, I know I've told you before, but it's for when I tan, so it shouldn't really even be in there. And then that looks like that. Right, so these are all lipsticks, as I've mentioned before, so I don't need to go into there because I've already pulled lipsticks for my lipstick edit. So now it's the top drawer in here. Ooh, let's sit down. Right, so for under eye setting powder, that's an easy one because I've used the Laura Mercier under eye secret brightening powder. I need to pull this one. I mean, there's hardly any in it, but yeah, let's pull that one. I don't really want to be pulling any powders, any compact powders like this, because I've got the Essence one, and that's what stopped me pulling this one last week. But I didn't actually use the Essence one last week because like I said, I'm saving all the Essence products for when I do an Essence Get Ready With Me. So I will actually pull this. It's the MUA Skin Define Hydro Powder, and it is actually quite a good powder, so I look forward to using that again. I actually want to pull this as well. It's the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. Really like this. And I use it the same way I would use my Hourglass powders, and it just looks really nice. And then I'll pull a loose powder, and I know which one I'm going to be pulling, just because I don't know if I want to keep it in the collection. It's the NYX one. Been told that this has got quite a white cast on it, and obviously if it does, I mean, I never take pictures with flashes anyway, so it shouldn't really bother me, but if it does bother me, then that will be getting decluttered. Now that's quite excessive. 3 powders and then 1 under eye setting powder. Let me just sort this powder out now, so because I like to obviously rotate through the powders, and if I've not done it right, I never know which one's next. So let's put that at the back, and then that one can go here. Right, so then we're moving on to bronzers. But am I going to pull a face palette, or am I going to be pulling bronzers, blushes and highlighters separately? Let's go down to my face palettes and see what I've got. So that's the second drawer, which is like the middle drawer. Now I haven't got a clue, so I might be umming and ahhing a little bit. I'm sorry if I am. I've used these two recently, but I'm really being drawn to using it again, especially that Chloe one. I really like it. Just use that one. Don't know whether to use one of these. Yeah, I might use this one, because I've got everything I need in here. I've got a bronzer, blush, highlighter, these little ones that I want to try, and then all my Benefit ones at the top. So we'll pull that so it doesn't take too much room up. So then it's going to be a fast Shop My Stash, because I'm not going to be pulling anything from the blushers or the highlighters. Yeah, we'll leave that for this week and maybe concentrate on here next week. And then with these two drawers are just full of eyeshadow palettes and like eyeshadow crayons, which is something that I said that I wasn't going to pull from, just because I pulled that Catrice Cosmetics from, because the makeup inventory and the Pretty Random told me to. So I've got a palette there. I've got the other 2 palettes that was already in there from last week. It just feels like, you know, I'm missing something. It really feels like I'm missing something, that I haven't pulled something that I should have done. I guess we can decide on that when we get to the drawers. So yeah, these are all just eyeshadow palettes. I've gone through every single drawer, so yeah, let's put this in my everyday makeup drawer and go from there. So this is what we're looking like. So we've got the Roulette, what Pretty Random told me to pick for the lipstick, here, with all the other lipsticks I showed you earlier. Then we've got the palettes that I use. So I use this one on the daily. I'm waiting to use this Good Day Sydney one, and this is my Too Faced Chocolate Gold Bar, which I want to use quite a bit this coming week. And then we've got the Catrice Glamazing palette. I think this one might be getting carried over because I do want to focus on this one, but yeah, it probably will get carried over. And then instead of pulling like individuals, blushers, highlighters, bronzers, I thought about giving this a try, because it's, since like I curated this palette, it's not had that much love. So yeah, I thought I'd try this little Z palette for the week, and I've shown it to you before, but at the top there are all Benefit box blushers, and then those three down at the bottom are Tanya Bear, and then these ones here are from the Bon Voyage palette. So yep, we'll be using that this week, along with some singles that I decided to keep in as well. Obviously I'm not going to be able to use all of these, so again, that's all my Essence makeup that I'm using for my Get Ready With Me. I'm going to try and get around to using this just to see if I can declutter it. I'm not too sure whether I want to keep it. Then there's the Hourglass, there's foundation on it and everything. The Hourglass Ambient Lighting Luminous Flush Blush, love that. I pulled this NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder to try. Then the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder, I want to try that as well. I know that I really like this, so I probably will only use this once or twice just to get some use out of it. It's the MUA Skin Define Hydro Powder. I do want to try and use this once or twice and just see what my thoughts are on it. I do have others like this, but this one is one that doesn't really get used that much, so that might be getting decluttered as well. Just gonna put these back before we move on to the next section. Oh, this isn't going too well, is it? I'll put them back a bit neater later. Right, so here we've got my highlighters that my Roulette inventory Pretty Random pulled out for me. So we've got the Topshop in Crescent Moon, and we've also got this one. This one is actually from the Project Pan, as I mentioned earlier. It's the Soft and Gentle. Then we've got the mascaras that I use every week. We've got the Urban Decay Perversion, and we've got this Kiko False Lashes Concentrate, so they'll be getting used. These are all my Project Pans, so I don't need to talk too much about that. Then there is this Wild Green Metallic Eyeshadow. I need to make sure that I use this because it was pulled up for my Makeup Inventory Roulette by Pretty Random. I always use this anyway, so I don't need to worry about using that too much. And then all of this always stays in there until it gets used. Right, so now we're moving over to face products, so I'll quickly talk about this. So I pulled the Sparkle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer by Laura Geller. Really love that. I've got my normal Daily Essentials Light Moisturiser. I use that every single day. I've pulled this PS My Perfect Colour Perfect Finish foundation, which I'm going to be using 1 or 2 days. Same with this one, the Bourjois City Radiance. Like, it's down here now, so we are, like, I have had quite a lot of use out of it, and I do want to use that up. I want to start using this again, the Body Shop Vitamin C Instant Glow Enhancer. Hopefully by next week this will be done. It's the Primetime Bare Minerals Primer. Then I pulled this just to give me that glowy effect, which I really like at the minute. kind of like dewy effect, not glowy, and it's the Technique Strobe FX Catching Rays. Then I'll be using that when I do the Get Ready With Me. It's the Fresh and Fit Awake Primer along with the Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup. I've also pulled this e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder. This is nearly done, so I have actually had to pull a concealer, another concealer. So that one is the Revolution Fast Base Concealer, which I've pulled. I've got this concealer in as well, but I'm only going to be using that for the Essence video. And then last but not least, I've got an eyeshadow base which I'll be using for the Essence video as well. So that is everything that's in my makeup collection drawer for this month. Sorry, for this week, not this month. I do these weekly. Normally I do the Shop My Stash review on a Monday, and then I do the weekly Shop My Stash and inventory on a Wednesday, but this week it's going up on Thursday just due to some technical difficulties that I had with my camera. If you've not already subscribed, please subscribe down below. I would love it if you would become part of my little fam here on YouTube. It would mean so much to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.